Good evening, you're watching the news at 7. My name is Cameron Kalinsky and I'm reporting to you live from CAMTHEMAN Studios. Welcome. In today's bulletin, we'll be discussing CAMTHEMAN's whereabouts and where he's been for the last 2 months since his latest video update called Personality. Recently, in an interview, he discussed his plans for 2020, as in his words, call it 2020, where CAMTHEMAN will be incorporating new ideas into his YouTube channel. That includes ideas of fitness and trivial fun, but promised not to drift from the main purpose of this YouTube channel, which is to inspire young individuals on their faith and personal growth. Greetings, fellow viewers. This is your boy Cam. Welcome to another installment of the CAMTHEMAN Sessions. Thank you for tuning in. Please proceed with caution in today's video, as I will be tackling controversial issues that might be very provocative to some viewers. In terms of what I'll be speaking about, I'll be speaking about the misuse of the church by Christians through legalism, and I'll just be addressing legalism. But it's not all gloomy and dark. It's actually a very interesting video, so please just stay tuned and don't be in anticipation of something bad that's about to happen. It's all good. This might be becoming a normal thing where I'll be randomly roleplay switch the whole time. So get used to the fact that I'll be speaking like a reporter, like a gangster, anything that might be out of the ordinary. It's just me getting accustomed to different roles and making this channel more entertaining. Yes. Yo, bro. So, you know what? I just need to tell you something, that it's been like a month where I didn't go to church, and it's just amazing that I feel so bad. So bro, just encourage me to go to church. You know, I want to feel good about myself. I feel like such a mess, and God won't accept me, you know. So please just pray for me, dude. Please just pray for me, dude. What could you identify that's wrong with that type of Christian? Well, basically, that Christian is sort of legalistic. Why? Because he's trying to he's trying to perform for God, meaning that he first thinks that he needs to sort out his issues before he can be relevant to God, so that God can see him. When in actual fact, even in his misery, God sees him. God is pleading with him just to knock on his door, and he will welcome him with open arms. I mean, that's usually what happens with the Christians. If they feel like they didn't go to church for a while, they become so depressed because they feel they're not worthy of God's favor, which in actual fact, it's really not biblical at all. God still loves you, and despite the fact that you didn't go to church, because one thing about church, it doesn't mean your salvation doesn't depend on it. I mean, a lot of people go to church, but they're not even saved. So the current dilemma with this individual is that he thinks that he must perform, which is wrong, because God has already done everything. God has perfected you when he saved you. So there's literally no need to pull up a front, no need to try and earn God's favor in any way. If he's for you, well, who can be against you? So basically, don't fall into that trap of legalism. That's what we call legalism, thinking that I should still do a little bit more just to earn God's favor, which is not biblical. Well, there has been a recent discovery that CAMTHEMAN has come up with, is that the church is basically very legalistic in terms, the Christians specifically, they're very legalistic as to how they live their lives. Meaning that
they do no longer, well, subconsciously, they do not accept what God has already done in sending His Son Jesus Christ to die for them, for their sins, which means that all the sins that you've done in your past, including the ones you'll do in your future, it's all forgiven. Your sins are washed away. Well, here's the thing about a Christian. Once he starts out his new faith as a Christian, he tends to become so passionate about the things of God that he just wants to do the things of God, that he forgets about current reality, right? Meaning that you must work hard. I mean, God gave us work and it's a good thing, right? But we tend to misplace our passion um, for our work with God, and it just becomes a whole mess where the Christian is caught between two stools. He doesn't know anymore whether if he's if he's competent in his work, if he is attending church more than he should, is he too involved in church practices? Because that's what tends to happen. I mean, you want to serve God so much that you do everything, and that is not biblical because God says that you don't have to do anything.
Let me stop right there. Notice I said you don't have to do anything. Well, in actual fact, you do have to do something as a Christian. But in this case, I just meant that you don't have to um, perform for God and trying to earn God's favor based on your works, right? It's more of just you being at peace, knowing that God has done all the work and all you have to do is just to be um, in awe and basically do your work, do what you're supposed to do, but don't depend on your work as a means of getting that favor from God. That's not how it works.
I mean, God has saved you, but you don't have to become a missionary. You don't have to become a pastor. Just do your work. God might be telling you to just be more competent in what you already do.
And let me end it there, folks. I would like to continue this discussion. We can speak for like another 2 hours on this, but hopefully it made you think a bit on in terms of what I was trying to get across, the idea of legalism and how Christians can be sort of confused as to um, trying to earn their favor based on their works, where in actual fact we are it's just by grace that we've been saved and not of ourselves, not of our works. So in that case we do become legalistic when we say that I'll go to church, I'll if I go to church every Sunday, God will bless me more, or God, if I don't go to church, God won't bless me. When in actual fact that doesn't really matter. If God chooses to bless you, He blesses you, and it's not a matter of you doing anything. So it's all just by grace, guys. So that is what I was trying to uh, bring across in this video. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that is where I'm ending it for today. And do leave a comment on what you think about uh, this topic about legalism and how you might have been legalistic in at times. So thank you very much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, don't forget to comment and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and yes, thank you very much. Cheers and God bless.